Take a deep, intentional breath. Allow the weight of the world to slide off your shoulders like a heavy cloak you no longer need to wear. Feel the air as it enters your lungs, cool, crisp, and filled with the frequency of a new beginning. As you exhale, release the echoes of the past, the whispers of those who misunderstood you, and the lingering residue of the wilderness. You are standing at a sacred threshold. The energy in the atmosphere has changed. If you listen with your spirit, you can hear the click of a divine lock. A door has been closed not by human hands, but by the hand of the universe itself. And for those who stood on the other side of that door, those who mocked your struggle and treated your light as a convenience, a terrifying realization is beginning to dawn. They have lost you, and they have lost you forever. For years, you were the one who held the space. You were the one who offered grace when it wasn't deserved, who stayed quiet when you were slandered, and who kept your heart open even as they tried to bruise it. You were accessible. You were there. Your frequency was a source of warmth they took for granted, like the sun that rises every day without fail. They assumed your light was an infinite resource they could tap into while giving nothing in return. But the divine ledger has reached its final tally. The audit of your life is complete. And the universe has decided that your presence is now too expensive for those who do not know your value. As you sit in this stillness, understand that the silence currently descending upon your life is a protective barrier. It is a spiritual quarantine. The people who once felt they had a right to your energy, who felt entitled to your time and your kindness, are finding themselves suddenly blocked. They reach out, but the connection is gone. They look for you in the old places, but you are no longer there. They tried to trigger you, but their arrows fall short of the new height you are ascending to. This is the moment of public vindication. Not a vindication born of loud arguments or defensive words, but a vindication born of absolute, undeniable success. The divine is preparing a table for you. Imagine this table. It is laden with the abundance you have earned through your endurance. It is filled with the peace you fought for in the dark of night. It is decorated with the honor that was stolen from you in the shadows. And the most profound part of this scene is where this table is placed. It is set in the very presence of your enemies. They are forced to be spectators. They are held in a place of stillness where they can do nothing but watch. They watch as the one they called crazy is honored. They watch as the one they called weak carries a crown of authority. They watch as the one they tried to bury begins to bloom with a brilliance that hurts their eyes. This is not for your ego. This is for the glory of the mission. It is a cosmic demonstration that the light always wins. It is proof that your faithfulness in the dark earth was not in vain. Every tear you shed in private has been turned into a diamond of character, and now the light is hitting those diamonds, and the reflection is blinding. Can you feel the shift in your nervous system? For so long, you were in survival mode. You were hypervigilant, always waiting for the next strike, always scanning the horizon for the next betrayal. But look around you now in the spirit. The battlefield is empty. The noise has stopped. The divine has swept the stage clean of all pretenders and all distractions. It is finally, officially your turn. As they watch you from their place of quarantine, the regret is beginning to set in. It is a slow, heavy realization that they miscalculated. They saw your humility and thought it was a lack of power. They saw your silence and thought it was a lack of awareness. They didn't realize that they were in the presence of a chosen one. They didn't realize that by mistreating you, they were mistreating the very person the universe was using to bless them. Now, that blessing has been redirected. The resources, the favor, and the energy that once flowed through you into their lives have been siphoned back. The universe is taking the wealth of the darkness and placing it into your light-bearer hands. You are moving into a season of divine acceleration where years of loss are being compressed into months of gain. You are no longer checking the balance of your divine account. You are seeing the manifestation. Do not look back at the wreckage. Do not spend another moment wondering why they did what they did. Their stories in your life have ended. Their ink is dry. Their roles have been permanently dismissed. If you keep looking back at the ruins, you will trip over the blessings that are landing at your feet right now. You are being moved from a defensive posture into a creative one. You are being taught that it is finally safe to exhale. The sanctuary of peace around you is impenetrable. No human malice, no dark frequency, and no lingering resentment can cross the line the divine has drawn around your new life. You are becoming untouchable. Think of the metaphor of the diamond once more. You have handled the heat. You have handled the pressure that would have crushed a lesser soul. While others crumbled and turned back to dust, you allowed the pressure to rearrange your very structure. You are now brilliant. You are now unbreakable. This is why you are being pulled to the front of the line. The divine knows that your brilliance will not fade under the bright lights of success because it was forged in the absolute darkness. Your success is now your loudest testimony. Your peace is your greatest weapon. You don't have to say a word to defend your name. You don't have to address the lies of the past. The universe is handling the public relations of your soul. As you rise, the truth of who you are becomes so undeniable that the slander of the past looks like a childish joke. In the next 48 hours, notice the sudden clarity in your environment. Notice how the air feels lighter. Notice the small, divine winks, the coincidental encounters, the unexpected messages of favor, the sudden influx of resources. These are the first ripples of the tidal wave of compensation. The people who lost you will try to return. When they see the light, when they see the abundance, they will be drawn to you like moths to a flame. They will come with apologies that sound like self-interest. They will come seeking a share of the harvest they never helped to plant. In those moments, trust your sharpened intuition. You are no longer the people-pleaser of the old season. You are a steward of divine power. You can forgive them from a distance, but you are not obligated to give them a seat at your table. Your table is reserved for those who were with you in the rain. Your crown is for those who helped you carry the cross. Protect your peace as if it were the most precious treasure in the universe. Because it is. You have worked too hard for this restoration to let anyone leak your energy ever again. You are entering a decade of power, a decade of influence, a decade of absolute alignment with your destiny. Every resource you need is already on its way. Every person you need to meet is being prompted to contact you. Every idea you need is being whispered into your spirit right now. The transition is complete. The old version of you, the one who struggled to survive, has been laid to rest with honor. The new version of you, the one who is defined by victory, has been brought online. Walk through your day with the stride of a winner. Look into the mirror and recognize the face of the one who survived the furnace and came out smelling like gold. The gray skies of the wilderness are gone, and you are now living in the full color of your destiny. The world is waiting to see your light. Those who tried to bury you were actually planting you. And now, it is time for the harvest. As you remain in this space of tranquility, let the reality of your new position sink into your bones. You are not just lucky, you are prepared. You are not just receiving, you are inheriting. The universe is paying back the debt it owes to your soul, and it is paying it back with interest. The silence of your enemies is the evidence that the spiritual war has been won. The vacuum of their absence is the space where your true tribe will arrive. High-frequency individuals, people of purpose and power, are being drawn to your resonance. You will no longer have to explain yourself or diminish your gifts to be accepted. You are moving into a circle where your wins are celebrated as if they were their own. Breathe in the restoration of your vitality. Feel the brain fog of spiritual warfare clearing. Your mind is sharp, focused, and creative. Your body is being rejuvenated. The chronic tension is dissolving. You are being made whole from the inside out so that you can carry the weight of the glory that is being poured upon you. You are the chosen one. You were chosen to end the cycles of lack in your bloodline. You were chosen to be the one who stood strong when the wind was fiercest. And because you didn't fold, you are now being honored in the presence of kings. The realization in the eyes of those who lost you is just a footnote in your story. Their regret is a reflection of their own choices, not yours. Your focus is now on the horizon, on the magnificent house you are building on this foundation of peace. The shift is here. The restoration is complete. The double portion is yours. Walk forward in this truth and never look back. The light is your garment. The universe is your partner. And the victory is absolute. Take one final, deep breath. Anchor these words into your spirit. When you open your eyes, you are stepping into a world that has been rearranged for your success. It is finally, officially your turn. As you move through the world today, carry yourself with the quiet confidence of someone who knows the end of the story. You are no longer searching for validation because you have been validated by the highest authority. The whispers of the past are like the sound of dry leaves blowing in the wind, insignificant and fleeting. Those who walked away from you, those who threw stones while you were building, are now standing in the shadow of the structure you have completed. They are realizing that the bridge they burned was the only path to the level of frequency you now inhabit. They are stuck on the other side of the canyon, watching you soar. Let them watch. Your success is a mirror that reflects back to them everything they refuse to heal in themselves. You don't need to point it out. You don't need to gloat. Your very existence is the lesson. Your joy is the correction. Your abundance is the proof. There is a sacred law of displacement at work. Because you were willing to let go of the rags of victimhood, the universe has draped you in the robes of favor. Because you were willing to sit in the emptiness of the wilderness, you are now being filled with a fullness that cannot be contained. You may notice that your speech is becoming more intentional. You no longer feel the need to fill the silence with explanations. You speak only when your words are more beautiful than the stillness. This is the mark of a leader of light. This is the authority of the chosen one. In the quiet moments of the afternoon, you might feel a sudden surge of gratitude, a warmth that starts in your chest and spreads to your fingertips. This is the energy of your harvest landing in the physical realm. It is the spiritual currency of your endurance being converted into the material blessings of your reality. The projects that were stagnant are springing to life. The doors that were jammed are swinging wide. The people who were indifferent are suddenly eager to assist you. This is the divine acceleration that occurs when the universe decides to vindicate its own. It collapses time. It gives you in a day what others strive for in a decade. And while the world might call it luck, you know it is the fulfillment of a covenant. You know it is the divine ledger being balanced in your favor. The regret of those who lost you is a heavy burden, but it is not yours to carry. You have traveled too far to be weighed down by the ghosts of the past. You have reached a height where the air is pure and the view is infinite. Look at your hands. They are the hands of a builder. Look at your feet. They are the feet of a pioneer. Look at your heart. It is the heart of a survivor who has been refined into a champion. You are entering a period of deep restorative sleep. Your nights will no longer be haunted by the anxiety of the struggle. You will dream of the empires you are destined to build. You will wake up with a clarity that cuts through the noise of the world like a diamond. The quarantine of the enemy is permanent. The sanctuary of your peace is eternal. You are the one heaven has been waiting for. You are the answer to the prayers of your ancestors. You are the lighthouse in the storm. As the sun sets on the old season, realize that the darkness was only a backdrop for your brilliance. The stars are only visible when the night is at its deepest. You have shone through the night, and now the dawn has arrived. The restoration is not a possibility, it is your current reality. Expect miracles, not because you are desperate, but because you are deserving. Accept blessings, not with hesitation, but with a grateful heart. The transaction is complete. The seal is set. You are free. You are whole. You are elevated. Go forth and shine, for the light looks good on you. The world is finally seeing you for who you really are, and the sight is magnificent. Your story is a masterpiece, and today, the final chapter of struggle has been replaced by the first chapter of eternal victory. Peace be with you. Power be within you. The crown is yours. In the coming days, you will find that even the smallest details of your life are being touched by this grace. Your home will feel like a temple. Your work will feel like a mission. Your relationships will feel like soul contracts. Everything that was out of alignment is being pulled into a perfect, harmonious flow. The people who once judged you will be forced to hear the roar of your success, not because you are shouting, but because the frequency of your victory is so resonant that it cannot be ignored. They will see you in rooms they cannot enter. They will see you with people they cannot reach. They will see you carrying a peace that they cannot understand. This is the divine irony. Those who tried to silence you are now the ones who are forced to listen. Those who tried to bury you are now the ones who have to watch you bloom. But you will be too busy living your life to notice their gaze. You will be too busy managing your abundance to remember their slander. You will be too busy being the blessing you always wished you had. You have graduated from the school of the wilderness. You have passed every test of character, every test of humility, and every test of faith. The universe has looked at your heart and found it pure. And so, the gates of the palace have opened. Do not be afraid of the magnitude of what you are inheriting. You were built for this. Your roots are deep enough to sustain this height. Your vessel is strong due to hold this weight of glory. You are the chosen one. The double portion is landing. The compensation is here. The vindication is complete. Walk in power. Walk in peace. Walk in the absolute certainty that it is finally, officially your turn. The great restoration is yours. Amen. As you settle further into this profound stillness, realize that the journey you have taken was never just about you. Your ascension is a signal to every other weary soul that the light is real. Your life is becoming a living sermon, a testament to the fact that integrity is never wasted and that the divine never forgets its own. You are becoming a fountain of shade for others. In your elevation, you will find the resources to lift those who are still in their season of trial. You will have the wisdom to guide those who are still lost in the fog. Your restoration is a generational shift. It is the opening of doors that will stay open for your children and your children's children. The regret that others feel is the weight of their own missed opportunity to be part of this greatness. They had the chance to walk beside a giant, but they chose to throw stones instead. That is their journey. Your journey is one of expansion. Can you feel the light stretching within you? It is reaching into the corners of your spirit that were once filled with shadows of doubt. It is illuminating your true identity, the identity that was established before you were even formed. You are a divine authority. You are a sovereign being of light. The world will try to give you titles, but none will fit as well as chosen. In the silence of this moment, make a covenant with yourself. Vow to never again shrink so that others can feel big. Vow to never again minimize your frequency to avoid an attack. The season of hiding is over. The season of expanding has begun. You have the permission of the universe to be happy. You have the permission of the universe to be wealthy. You have the permission of the universe to be celebrated. The debt is paid. The ledger is clear. The table is set, the guests of honor are arriving, and you are taking your rightful place at the head of the feast. Notice the shift in your energy field. It is vibrant, strong, and glowing with a gold-white light. This field is your divine immunity. It filters out the noise and lets in only the blessings. It is a shield of favor that surrounds you everywhere you go. As you move forward from this meditation, do not leave this peace behind. Carry it with you as a constant companion. It is the evidence of your victory. The stars are aligned. The path is clear. The enemies are in their quarantine. Everything you lost is being returned in a form that is better, stronger, and more beautiful than before. This is your great restoration. Shine on, chosen one. The world has been waiting for you to realize who you are. And now that you know, nothing can stop the dawn. The victory is absolute. The restoration is finished. It is done. Take a final breath of pure gratitude. Feel it in every cell of your body. You are home. You are safe. You are loved. And you are finally, officially free. Step into your new life. It has been waiting for you. The crown fits perfectly. Go in peace.